Call the meeting to order, April 4th, 2022. Give it invitation, please.
Dear Lord, we come to you in prayer tonight, dear Jesus, just thank you for all your many blessings. We pray that you be with this council, dear Lord, as they make decisions for this city, dear Jesus. Pray that you just guide each and every one of them. We ask this thing in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number 1, review applications for city clerk. I'm sure you all have seen that these are mixed applications. There are 2 that don't distinguish. I've only ever been involved in one of these before, but the way we did it back then, the last time, was because there were so many that we picked. Each of us picked 3 or 4, I don't remember which, of the top, and then those are matched up by the clerk, and then interviews were set. So I don't know how y'all want to proceed.
I've looked at them. Let me put in for the clerk.
Well, and that's the thing, and just because you're here, Karen, you, at the time that you applied, you had to apply for clerk position. Which position are you wanting to apply for, either or?
Either or.
Okay.
Once I've got 6
No, I got more than that.
for the clerk.
Well,
I've got 7 counting mine.
there,
Joyce Woodham had previously submitted just her resume, where she came in and submitted her application also. So, let me see what I do with that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I ain't got 6 of them.
6 altogether?
6 for the clerk.
Okay.
Which one I got this?
3.
You may want to contact each candidate if they didn't designate whether they're applying for the clerk or the deputy clerk position, and confirm with them before you interview which position they're.
Yeah, because like I said, and there's a couple that say basically either or. I mean, we've got one that says both, you know, and then there's some that don't say any, but we know what they apply for.
I do know, I didn't realize she hadn't put it on there, but
I have 8 total.
look, the Boylston, last name of Boylston, she was applying for deputy clerk. I didn't realize she did not put that on there, but she specifically said that when she came in.
Okay. So that.
One of those that you have, I put in there, Michael Bush, he's applying for the city worker, public works,
The temporary position that was just,
that we haven't had. Because, on number 2, with the resignation of the public works, he came in that same day and filled this out, so I put it in your packet so you have it. But he's not, if that's an extra one you're counting.
no, it's not.
Okay.
And I have one that I don't know this person, it doesn't say which position, it's blank. The Smith.
Yeah, I don't remember which one she came and applied for. She did drop it off though.
I think it'd be important for the CPA to be involved in this and totally get politics out of it, because if we let him, because he's the one who's gonna be working with it, or him, or whoever it's going to be, I said we need to get him involved in it, looking at the applications and see which one that he thinks that he could work with.
I don't have
It's
a
just
problem
not necessary.
with his input, but we're basically the employees, we're gonna have to be the ones that,
Yeah, it's also tax season,
yeah.
so probably not gonna get to see him until after the 15th.
Okay. Assuring that we all have the same amount, not separating them, I'm just saying, the same amount of applications total for these two positions. I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, I have 8 total. Is that what everybody else has?
I don't.
The issue's not on it.
No.
And neither is the voice.
No, she is. She was just saying that she wanted to apply for the deputy clerk position. I'm just asking how many of y'all have total? Because there's some on here that we,
I don't have 6, but, y'all figure out how many we got for clerk. Like you said, we usually just pick, just say there's 10 of them. I usually say, just take the council, look over them and take the top 5 or 3 and interview them. Or,
okay,
it's up
well,
to y'all.
here,
You interview all 8 to
3, 4,
I might have left a couple of months
7,
in my other pack.
well, these came in 2 different packets, y'all.
Yeah,
I put them all in one.
3.
I must have left one. I don't have the 6, but need to figure out how many there are.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna suggest that, it's just my opinion, that we do like we did in the past, and we didn't do it in a meeting. We reviewed these in a meeting, and we chose 1, 2, and 3, just numbered them on our own. We turned them all in, and then they were matched up in the top 3. I say as many as we've got, let's do, obviously, Karen, and then pick 3 more, or 4 more, however many y'all want to do it. Ms. Gwen's got to have, we got to make sure that she has a copy of all of them. We can, review them. That'll give, you can call them tomorrow and verify
Yes, ma'am.
what positions they're wanting, if it's either or. Make sure that we all have the exact same information. And we can set a special meeting to do interviews. And if we do that, then, if we do that next week, then we can have, if we pick somebody after the interviews, we can take care of it at our next regular meeting, which is the 18th. So,
Pick-
give Karen an opportunity to make sure we all have this is right information, let everybody pick, turn it in to the clerk. What about,
So, how many we gonna pick? Four? Three, four?
three
Total?
plus Carrie?
So four for
If
the
that's
clerk.
okay with y'all, or y'all can do
That's
4, I
fine.
don't care.
That's fine with me, four.
What
That's
about?
fine with Chad? That's fine with me.
Good, okay. Can we set the meeting for April the 14th at 6?
April 14th.
Mhm,
The sixth?
Thursday.
mhm. At 6? For interviews, and how much time will we need? Because she'll have to contact everybody, 15 minutes apiece? I don't remember how we did it last time.
Yeah. Can you let me check? 10,
I think 15 minutes should be.
15?
Yeah, and I know that the last time they worked, so they weren't all, I mean, I guess, are we gonna let everybody in? Last time,
They have to be open to the public.
yeah, well, last time they had them sit outside, but the room was smaller, so we don't have that issue this time. Okay, so April the 14th at 6. That'll give Karen time to get the information, make sure that we've all got the right applicants. We can review them and let her know as soon as possible. And then she can notify the applicants when they need to be here for an interview. Okay. Y'all good with that?
That's fine.
Do we have anything else on the application? Number 2, resignation of public works employee. I think everybody has that in their packet. Is there any discussion on that? Number 3, action fire and safety report. On that, I highlighted, the part we are not complying on. He advised me that in 2020, he cannot remember who he spoke to, but it was a male that no longer works here, but he said he told him what gas valve to purchase, and it obviously was not purchased, so we are not in compliance with that. We need to get compliant. Is that at?
Sportsplex.
Yeah, that's at the Sportsplex.
Yes. So I didn't know who would handle that.
Well, there's also a,
Yeah, the work order that's attached to it is all the work that he did. He said we were long overdue for this inspection and this work.
okay, so all this work has already been done and he's requesting pay on that,
Right,
but we have this issue that,
right, where we're not compliant.
okay, that we're still gonna have to pay to have somebody.
Right, yes, ma'am.
There's no fire alarm out there. It's Sportsplex.
Basically, what he told me is not having this gas valve
It's
if
like a
they're cooking and something were to happen, something like
If I remember right.
work.
Is it?
It wouldn't put the fire out, in other words.
I need to get rid of that.
You need to think about it?
Yeah, I need to go look at that.
The thing is,
Because if he doesn't have that, if it's not there, and he's cooking on it, and he's inside like that, and it catches on fire,
it's gonna fall back.
yep.
But the thing is, he's did the work already, this guy has. He's requesting to pay $1,050, and we ain't in compliance with that component, the city's gonna have to do it.
Yeah,
We don't have any choice.
that's gonna have to be,
But that's what I'm saying, he's done all this other stuff, but we have to get this fixed by
And
something.
I'm gonna have to do it. I'll let Chad look at it and, see what you think and, y'all, I'll go find somebody. For bosses and stuff.
I know if it's that compression system that blows it down on top of the grill and stuff like that, you better get your pocketbook ready. Because I mean, that's right at $25,000 just to get that put in. That's what it costs to do. And I got three.
Why don't you just go ahead and hurt our feelings?
I got three put in my little place down there, so
We might have to move the cooking.
they may have to just start cooking outside.
Yeah.
That's how it all
Gary
starts.
done.
If it's on a fryer, it's probably under that hood then.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Chad
gotta be
said,
over it's gotta be one over the fryer and one over the
Yeah.
flat grill he's got in there.
That much. Might be doing cooking outside.
You might get him a grill outside.
Yeah.
So you're gonna check on that and you let Karen know and then Karen can, it may be something we have to put on the special meeting.
Yeah, just let us know.
Anybody else have anything on that? Number 4, candidates for the April 19th, 2022 election are for mayor, Mr. Gary Owens and Ms. Marlene Hintz. And for city council, there was no opposition, so it will be Joseph Brock and Ms. Mary Porteous.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Okay, number 5, sex offender ordinance.
I know there was a question at the last meeting about it. It was actually hanging on the bulletin board in the office under the sex offender flyer, so I made y'all a copy just so y'all would know that we do have one, and it's, I believe it says 2,500 feet.
Yeah, and I did talk to the sheriff. That particular offender has relocated. They do have a copy of our ordinance. It was just overlooked this time, but that offender has relocated.
Correct. Does anybody else have anything on that? Number 6, signing the checks. I'll take care of that after the meeting, and Miss Gwen will take care of that tomorrow for you.
I don't have this on there, but I have a
I was
question.
fixing to ask if anybody had anything, so go ahead.
I have a question about, in paying the bills, if the funds are in one account, you just move it from the other account to that account, or do I let the CPA know and,
You probably want to check with CPA on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the switching of the funds, in some instances, I know that it's done, but in some, it's not, so you need to check with it.
okay. Also, this Thursday, I have a doctor's appointment at 10:30, I have to leave at 10:30. I know it's payroll that morning, he normally gets here between 8 and 8:30, and since all he has to do is payroll and not the actual other bills, he should be done by then. I will, of course, be coming back after my appointment. I'll be here before and then after.
Okay, I have a question. Has he expressed when that's gonna transition? When they're actually doing it at their office?
He has not. He wants it to, but he has not said when. He did say when he left last week that he would see me, so I'm assuming he'll be at the office.
Okay. Excuse me. Joe, you have anything?
Oh,
Chad? I have just, the advertisements, for the, proposals for the consulting firm for the ARPA funds. we pretty much verified by the documentation from the emails and what was given to us at the last meeting that it was advertised, but we've not received any bids. The attorney suggested that I reach out to a lady with FEMA that I'm working with. I'm gonna tell you about that in just a minute. And also, it may be, Ms. Jordan, explain what you were saying about what we may have to do.
So ordinarily, we would have to do a competitive procurement. We'd have to solicit, for proposals. What happens when you don't get responses to those solicitations is you can sometimes go to FEMA and say, hey, we advertised this in, a wide enough area, we should have gotten a response. We didn't get a response. Can we get permission to go directly to a firm? So we know the names of a few firms that are working with, Fonte, Shipley, Washington County, and one of those firms might be willing to negotiate with us directly, but we would have to get basically FEMA's permission to do that. So if we're not seeing any response from that, then we'll probably need to go ahead and start that process, because that review process can take a little while.
How close are we to that deadline?
April 3rd.
April 30th.
April 30th?
Yeah, but it's just a report that has to be filed. So it's not that we're not going to get the funding, but it would be preferable to have a firm retained for that.
I have one more thing, which is the reason I said that I'm dealing with a Miss Carol with FEMA right now. On March 22nd, I was forwarded an email from the previous mayor. It was sent out to the city clerk at that time on January the 16th. It was reporting a deadline of March 24th for two of our projects. One was 177 and 201. They were both, had not been closed out, and they were asking about the work being done and everything. Well, I came to City Hall, tried to find out some information. We couldn't. Karen helped. Finally was able to contact somebody to see about doing an extension, because I verified through Jason that two of those projects have not been completed. One is because of a parts issue. The other is the loss of manpower and the heavy workload that we've had. So I'm working with FEMA right now. They've helped me to fill out everything to get an extension. I've asked for a 6-month extension on that, and I'm following up with her this week. A letter has to coincide with the online application request. She expressed that she didn't think that it was going to be an issue, because these were considered to be small projects. We've already received the money for them. And then I got a notice today that, along with that, that there are quarterly reports that have not been done. So tomorrow, I'm going to look into how far behind we are on that and work on that part of it. But as soon as I find out if we get the extension or not, I'll either at a meeting or I'll let the clerk know so she can let you all know. And that's all I have.
I do have two things while we're on it. We are gonna have to, I don't know when the funding is. I know the fire chief mentioned, I mentioned to him about the grass at the fire department, the weeds. He said, I ain't got a lawn for it. But anyway, the city, we know the issue on the lawnmowers and all. I still got the bid on the 2 lawnmowers, but grass is coming, the weeds is coming, so we're gonna have to, I have to move some money before we do something. I don't know what the city's gonna have to do, but also the timber that's been cut on our sidewalk going to the school. I didn't have time to stop and talk to one of the gentlemen on the first part next to the substation. They put dirt over and drove over the sidewalk. So I was just gonna mention to them, I don't know what logging company it is, I don't know who owns that timber, but when they said and done out there, the city needs to follow up on moving the dirt and making sure they bust the sidewalk.
Well, I talked to him about that, and he said that was the only option that they had, because they didn't have another way of getting in there.
I know that, but still,
But I told him, I said, if you tear it up,
yeah.
you fix it.
Yeah.
You don't, and he told me, I've got one of his cards.
Oh, you do?
So
Okay.
if he tears it up, I told him, I said, there ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man.
Yeah.
And I said, I know where you live at. So
Well,
we'll
you
talk to you.
You know. But that's it.
But he's a real nice guy, I mean, and they were really nice. But he said as soon as they're finished, basically, I think what they're doing now is they're trying to build a road to the other side of there so they're gonna be coming back through there again. So,
We'll be starting back close next week again. Until they finish them up, so just letting everybody know. Get a call.
Shaquan, do you have anything for us?
Yeah. Alright. Well, first, I got us a quote on fuel. This company is willing to give us the tank for free, with the exception is that we have to buy the fuel from them when we refill it. There is no monthly charge, the only charge we get is when we get the fuel. So that's at the bottom of that quote. And he'll come down, set it up, hook it up, fill it up, if that's something we want to do. Because after that brush fire, Cowboy didn't have a way of filling up the truck. He had no choice but to leave it on a quarter of a tank. I'm supposed to keep him above 3/4 of the tank. In this case, a fire or something happened.
You don't have a card
We
for?
have a card, but he said that circulation shut down and that Jiffy's still down the corner. He
You
said
should still be able to get, after hours though, you can't get fuel at
He said he
Circle H
could.
with a card?
I've never tried after hours yet. I don't know.
I haven't been able to get maybe some fuel at Circle H after hours.
Yeah.
Because it's not a pay at the pump.
The diesel one.
The diesel part of it,
Right.
okay.
No, you talking about diesel at Circle H?
Yeah.
They'll just let you get $100. But when I go get diesel to fill my truck up, that's all you can get on the credit card, $100
Yeah.
at a time.
But he said it
Yeah,
was
I
closed when he
never-
came back from that fire. It was after hours.
So there's not a pay on, you're saying that there's not a pay?
Not on the diesel fuel, there's not, after hours.
Ain't never done a whole thing at
Yeah.
all.
So that's just one of the things that was given to me. Ebro got it, they said they used it, used him. So, I just passed that information on to me.
What, let me ask you this, who's furnishing the tank?
They are.
They are?
Free,
So they gonna charge
just for the fuel.
around $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
It's five, so. Service station.
As you go. I think it's a good idea.
Well, I would too, it's $1 a gallon.
Yep.
How long ago did you get this? Is this price stand?
Today. I just got this today. He said the money's been changing, but not like significant.
Well, we have to vote on this, so don't we?
Yep.
So, y'all want to add it to the special meeting with the interviews?
Right. Then this past Friday, we had the pump test. One's for the engine, one's for tanker, one's $750, the other's $190. We have to have it done, we get it done every year. The tanker passed his pump test, so it's good to go, it's in service. The engine failed. Just because of the primer. So 10/8 is coming out, already got it scheduled, he's coming out and fixing it. He's pretty much the only one around that can fix it.
Okay, but this one needs no approval because that's under your spending limit
Mhm.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why it's split up in 2 invoices, but usually, like I said, we do it every year. This has got to be done.
Yep. No, it's got to be done.
And then,
So, this has got to be done anyway. I don't think we have to vote on this.
What is that?
What's it?
pump testing.
Yeah.
I mean, anything over $500 are just vote on.
Okay, well then. that's
I wasn't there, so I
what
don't know
we
what
do.
to do.
On its own, yeah. you would.
Okay. All right, so we'll just add them
Add 'em on.
and get it approved.
Consent agenda.
Consent agenda.
Yeah.
right, moving on.
Tell them start doing this stuff for under $500 and we can give them the money.
He come all the way from, Union Grove, Alabama. Without. And, so everybody know we had the 150-acre brush fire that we helped out with Henson down there, which is we were second to help out with them. We didn't have no brush truck to go help them out, so they ended up calling Chipley, which they drove through our city to get there, and they brought Walton County to come help because we didn't get the brush trucks and manpower. And I want to see if we can get them radios and pagers improved. Because I had to call 4 firemen that don't have them to see if they were available to go to that fire. The next meeting.
Is that money there?
He's already given us a price on them, but I'm not sure if the money's there.
That's a good ARPA project.
Yes, I would think.
And I would recommend using your ARPA funds for purchases that aren't necessarily a part of your regular budgetary needs.
Speaking of that, the mirror packs are getting close. I just talked to Charlie Frank. He's over he's like a volunteer coordinator for the whole state. They got a grant coming up July 1st. I already spoke to Ms. Cheryl. She's supposed to be coming out and doing our safety inspection to apply for that grant. And if so, and we do get approved for it, we can get 5 packs of them. 100%. I'd say what's some
Okay, and may have been a mix-up, but I know we spoke with you at a previous meeting about your list, getting the really important things. Did you turn that in? You were gonna narrow it to the most important things?
I have to send an email again.
Would you do that, please?
Yeah,
And resend it, because I've not received anything in my packet.
I gotta finish that. So I'll send it tonight. And last thing is the quarterly reports due. So all the financial stuff at the bottom, it's gotta be done, and I'll have the numbers. That's gotta be done on the 10th, and that's what we did tonight.
We need to discuss something about these brush trucks too. They need a brush truck. And I mean, it'd save a lot of fuel. Maybe if they had a brush truck to go to these fires and stuff like that.
That company that done the pump test, they do sell brush trucks. He did inform me they did sell brush trucks. They range from like 50,000 to like 160,000. We don't need the cream of the crop, we just need something to get by.
What happened with his truck?
That's what I was just fixing to ask, what?
I don't know.
It was from a different company than I got mine, I know that.
But it's been ordered now for,
We think, I don't know, I didn't order it.
Miss Gary? Would you check and see, it's probably, you can go back to, Jason could give you the company name of where the city truck came from. It's gonna be within, I wanna say 2 months of that. It should have been ordered. It's a brush truck. It's gonna be a different company. But we should have heard something, and should have received it by now.
Right.
Now, I know that the city truck was about 2 months late, but that was a supply issue, they said, that slowed them down. So, I think the last time we talked about this, we were expecting to hear something, but that's been a couple months ago. So, check the emails. Please, ma'am.
Now, this probably so the council understands this right here is that when we get this truck's going to be supplied because it's coming with absolutely nothing. So we're going to have to,
Sirens, tools, whole 9 yards.
y'all better start washing some cars. Just messing with you now. But we are going to have to,
Supply. But some of them trucks that they got on their website, it's got the lights, the skid unit, pump, going down some yards on it.
Well, I know, that's what I'm saying, we don't need to run out and buy another one when we've got one that's been ordered for I would say over a year.
Well over here.
Really?
Yeah, because I was supposed to get mine in 2021.
You were supposed to get yours 2 months
Last-
before you ever got it.
Yeah.
I've been kinda expecting to hear something on it, because I knew that it was done, it was done within just a couple of months more than that.
Yeah.
Do we know the name of the company?
I can look at my emails. I
Very
can,
good.
I can tell you, I can get
It's
it
two
down to
different
the,
companies.
almost the day.
Okay, that would help.
Yeah, that's, I can help you on that part easily.
Okay, yeah, I'd appreciate that.
You have anything else for us?
That's it.
Thank you very much. Does anybody else have anything? Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
Second.
discussion, all in favor? Meeting adjourned.